Join me as we talk all things true crime.
Made contact and shattered.
The missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and that the mother has went through a wall, came home, now they can't find her.
Chad, where are Lori's kids? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds.
Most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab wound.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Once I told a lie, and I told my family, I had to keep lying.
Experiment is a demon.
We haven't cleared anybody.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for another ATS News live stream. Hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed so that you can join us on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday right now for some live streams in the evening. And you might hear some background noise, but they're going to settle down. They're going to bed. Husband's got it handled. Tonight, we're going to do another little deep dive into our hidden true crime coverage. And this sort of just kind of adds to the situation. Let me show you what's going on tonight. We are going to do a full breakdown. First off, hi everybody in the chat. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of getting ready to chit chat with you guys. So settling in, and I'm going to share this body camera footage with you. So she's in chat under the name Sherlock. Yes, you should put eyebrows on for this. I did. Are they not dark enough? I always put eyebrows on for you guys, not for everybody else. So you guys should definitely feel special. But so we are going to do a full breakdown of this body cam footage that's going around. She's in chat under the name Sherlock. You guys have probably seen her. And she sent me this link to this because I was saying last night in the stream that like I wanted to break it down with you guys, but I didn't see anybody share it who weren't like already adding their own commentary to it. Oh, with the Sharpie? I don't know. I can't do that like Turtle Boy does that. It's too funny. But yeah, trust me, every time I put my eyebrows on now, I'm like, okay, don't do the arch too much. Can't have that. Hey, Melanie, Pointer Lover, Sleuthy Goosey. I really hope you guys all had a good Thanksgiving. I got my little Christmas background right now through StreamYard to kind of get us into the vibe. And yeah, here's some tea. Johnny, be safe. He said he's getting lots of snow where he's at. And Melly said she has not seen this. So like I said, we'll do a full breakdown. I'll start off with part of the breakdown and then to give you guys a little idea of what we're about to see. So this was not at CrimeCon. I just want to clarify that. So CrimeCon, of course, was in Colorado. This whole body cam situation is taking place in Idaho. This was during her coverage of the Bryan Kohberger sentencing. So we're going to hear about all that in here. So Lauren from Hidden True Crime calls Boise police from a restaurant called Bitter Creek while in town covering the Bryan Kohberger sentencing. She explains to the sergeant that a small group of women has been following her from state to state to high-profile trials, cyberbullying her on TikTok, and in her view, escalating it into harassment. She describes a prior incident about a month earlier in Maricopa County, Arizona, where one woman followed and confronted her as she walked into a courthouse, recorded her despite a no recording rule, and ignored multiple requests to be left alone. She says that encounter led bailiffs to tell the woman to stay away. She now believes that same woman and her associates have continued targeting her at other trials. frequently filming her at close range and posting mocking TikToks. Break down more of this. Hold on. One night, on the call, she and her 24-year-old producer were eating on the balcony at Bitter Creek when two women from that group approached their table, raised their voices, referenced a cease and desist letter involving a friend, and made the producer cry. The reporter says she repeatedly told them, and when I'm talking about the reporter, it's referring to Lauren. Like, I put the transcript of this body cam into ChatGPT to give us a summary, so that's why this is breaking it down this way. Lauren says she repeatedly told them to leave her alone and that the waiter witnessed the incident and helped keep the group separated. Afterward, the woman sat across the street for about an hour, which made Lauren and the producer Grayson feel unsafe and afraid of further escalation. The sergeant in this video we're about to see meets them in person, confirms there is no general, quote, harassment statute in Idaho, but there is a stalking law that requires a repeated course of unwanted contact that would seriously harm or distress a reasonable person. He explains that some behavior like filming someone in public or in court can be protected by the First Amendment. But approaching someone at a private dinner or repeatedly confronting them in different locations may cross into stalking. He calls another officer and the on-call prosecutor to clarify whether the Arizona incident can count as part of the stalking course of conduct. In Idaho, he's told it potentially can, if the prior conduct wasn't constitutionally protected. The reporter Lauren provides names of the women involved, describes their history, a former producer, a contractor, and others who she says formed a, quote, mean girl group after a falling out, and shows the sergeant videos of the Arizona courthouse encounter and the Boise restaurant incident, as well as examples of TikToks she says are part of the coordinated smear and intimidation effort. The sergeant advises her to call police every time something happens and fully document all the incidents, to write a detailed statement, including names and evidence. He gives her a way to upload the videos and an incident report number, says he'll forward everything to the prosecutor for review, and notes that while he's not sure it will meet the legal threshold for stalking yet, at least there will now be documented record if the behavior continues. So pretty much after everything that they meet up and talk about here, you're about to see this, that he's kind of like, well, we'll see if this falls under what you're hoping to kind of pursue here, which is to label Christina and her friends, it seems, as her stalker, but right there in that whole review, it talks about how she's trying to get this officer in this video we're going to see to understand that this is a smear campaign and intimidation effort. I don't think anything that she has shown any of us shows anything about, they're trying to intimidate her. It's like, no, that you're just afraid of your private conversations with these ex-friends coming out. And these are the links that she is going to make sure that never happens. So it's going to start off with a phone call.
Hey.
Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry about that.
No,
It's a
I
little
can hear
loud over at Bitter Creek.
Sure.
I apologize.
Yep.
Thank you for calling me back, officer. I don't know what dispatch told you, but I just feel, this is so I'm a reporter and a podcast host, so it's semi-micro public figure, whatever. I actually used to be a reporter here in Boise for a couple of years, a decade ago.
Oh,
but
nice.
Yeah, you guys are great. Worked a lot with your kids. And so I travel all over the country now for criminal trials, and there's been a group of people that follow me around. There's even like they even made a TikTok account, just cyberbullying me, but whatever. I'm a 45-year-old mother. I can.
So right there, she tells him, there's a group of people who follow me around to trials. Like, so there, she's already painting this whole image to this officer, which you'll kind of hear his tone. Like, he doesn't want to deal with her. Like, he's just like, okay, oh, cool. But pretty much she's already told him, like, painted this picture as like this group of women follow me around to trials.
It happens.
I can do
I can
this
handle
everyone, yes, right.
Right. And we ignore it. They show up at trials. We show up. It's not their career.
Right.
It's mine. So they're like trial tourists, and of course we're here for the.
It's not their career. It's mine. So they're not allowed to, join these public courthouses, apparently.
Rank over her, that's insane.
Sure.
But it's starting to escalate. So they approached me in an Arizona trial recently, a month ago, and the bailiffs had to kick them out. I got a recording. Please leave me alone. I feel threatened.
Right.
And hear that right there? She's referencing the videos that we've all seen in her 9-hour live stream and that we went over from Sleuthy Goosey's Google Drive that she put together of everything. And she's like, I have a video of me telling her, like, I feel threatened. It's like, just because you have, which kind of backs up what we've all kind of been saying about that whole incident, is like, it was staged so that she could add that to her, like, file of like, yes, and then I'll present this so that like it backs up that they're, threatening me. Just because you film somebody and say on the film that I feel threatened, like, doesn't necessarily make it true. And she's passing it off to this guy as a fact, as truth, that like she was threatened in that video. We all saw it. And then one of them with the same woman, she was approaching the woman as she's saying she feels threatened. Like, usually when you're feeling threatened by someone, you're not walking towards them.
The bailiffs actually ended up, saying, don't please approach her. And the same thing is happening, and it's just sort of escalating. It's like embarrassing for me to call, but we're at the point
And she said it's sort of like escalating. Hey, Roxanne, and hey, Sherlock. I made you a mod. I hope you don't mind. I just really appreciate you sending me this link. And yeah, that was cool of you. But yeah, so what has escalated about this whole situation? Because she just told this officer everything's escalating.
24-year-old producer's in tears right now because she feels like they're going to become physical. So
my 24-year-old assistant is in tears right now because she thinks that they're going to get physical. So then why isn't she calling the cops? Like, it's like she knows, in my opinion, mind you, they're at a bar right now. Like, she's already apologized to the officer for the loud noise and stuff because of where they're at. So, they're drinking. We know they're drinking because we actually saw footage from multiple restaurants, but even at the table in the little clip of her filming the person filming her, like, I'm pretty sure there's alcohol in that too. But again, I'm not anti-alcohol. I just think that gave her the balls to call up officer, because she says, I don't know what dispatch told you. So did you call the emergency line? Did you call 911 or did you? I want to know, like, when you called, and I hope, I know people are FOIA-ing like stuff like this. Did you say to them this is a non-emergency? Or that's what I would love to know, because if you play this off as like an emergency, like, I'm concerned, because this was such a waste of the officer's time, and I think he kind of knows that as he's pulling up. But also she kind of passes this off to like Grayson, like this whole like why she's calling. And you'll see her if you guys haven't already seen this, like in person when they meet up. She's like, yeah, I feel stupid for even doing this. It's like you know for a fact you shouldn't be doing this. You know you're not in danger. And right here on the phone, you're like, why are we given the age of her? Like, why does that even matter? It's like she wants to paint Grayson off as this young, like damsel in distress to this officer. My 24-year-old assistant is in tears right now because she thinks that they're gonna get physical. What gave off the impression? I bet she used the emergency. We gotta find that out. We gotta find that out. But she gave off the impression that like they're in danger, you know? Yes, JP Cole, I swear to God, I've been saying that from day one. 100% agree. I'm starting to think this is all because she wants to create a documentary about this victimhood thing she likes to wear. I would not be surprised. Because she knows as a 45-year-old, she knows her fear is wild and yeah. And the thing is she like even says to this guy, like, I'm just a 45-year-old mother. I can handle like harassment online. But then here it's like she's trying to like make it seem like a situation like, oh, why did Grayson think it was going to get physical? That's what I want to know.
We respect them. We stay away from them. There was a press conference, and so we're at dinner at Bitter Creek. We're at the balcony. They must have been inside. We didn't know. We're just eating. And they approached our table and started yelling. Ironically, we were recording because their other friend that the bailiff kicked out in Arizona, she was across the street filming me. So I said, look at that. She's filming me. That's so funny. So I set my phone, not knowing we were going to be approached, on my table.
And like, just think about this guy. His job is to serve and protect, like, and deal with real situations. And listen to the drama that she's already gone on for like less than 4 minutes already. And it just sounds like petty, like housewife drama. Like you can tell by his tone, even on the phone, that he's like, okay, right.
Bitter Creek, pointing out to the street because this woman actually flipped me off. I didn't get that on camera, but she flipped me off, and I was like, this is awkward. She's filming me. So I put it up, and then from inside, two of her friends that she was with came out and approached our table and started yelling at me, saying, stop, you know, just, and we said, please leave me alone. I feel threatened. I haven't done nothing wrong. Please, you know, just leave me alone. Like, please leave me alone. Our waiter saw it. And it was intense, and it was all on camera because I don't think they knew when they approached, but I was filming because of their friend on the street. So I do have it on recording.
Okay.
And then they went across the street and actually sat there for over an hour after they ate here, just sort of in our sight. You know, so it was very uncomfortable. We thought, oh my gosh, they're waiting because they've done this before too, waiting to approach us in public areas. And right when we called dispatch, actually, we waited for an hour. Our waiter saw it happen. So I was like, I'll double tip you. We just need to wait here. We waited for an hour. I finally called because we're genuinely, I don't want to be too cocky that I think it could never happen to us. Like, who the hell cares? Like, you're not going to approach, you know, just there is some concern that this cyberbullying has gone real life and is escalating to being approached at private dinners to anything needed.
Rather come just talk to me face to face.
Okay, I would love that.
Yeah, like if you walk out of Bitter Creek, just look left. I'm right here.
I'm in a pink sweatshirt walking out.
All right, see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Pink sweatshirt. Yeah, I know.
And honestly, I feel dumb. Like I feel dumb. Like I've never. Like I am even a true crime podcast, so
I'm even a true crime podcast, so I like the way that she knows this is wrong. She knows this is wrong. Hey, Steve, good to catch you live. I see you in the comments, and I'm glad to see you live. I don't know, but she knows this is wrong to have him show up. That's why one of the first things she starts to say is like, and I feel weird. It's like, okay, so why are you doing this then? You know that this is over the top. You're just trying to create a paper trail to use against the respondent, Christina. And this is part of that process. And then as soon as she says this, she's like, my husband's a criminal psychologist or forensic, whatever. It's like, what does that have anything to do with anything? It's like she like instantly just wants to like put that out there. So take me seriously. How? This is just wrong. This is a waste of this officer's time.
like, and my husband's a criminal psychologist, so I'm like, I don't want to call you guys when I don't want to be that person to like call, help me. It'd be like, it's just getting kind of weird. Like
Yes, it is getting kind of weird. Like this whole thing is weird. Calling this officer here is weird.
It's just escalating, and the funny.
Are they still here?
So we lost, like, I don't know.
She's said more than once already to this guy that it's just escalating, but she has not given one example of how it's actually escalated. It's like the same thing that she did previously when she was like, and I have a video of me telling her, like, I feel threatened. Like, just because you say something out loud, you have to back that up.
So right when I called dispatch, that's when my producer and you know what, she's 24 and she's in tears. So like, I'm 45. Like, I'm like, okay, like I got to take care of her too,
And that is just so manipulative right here, because she's using Grayson as like her little, like, oh, let me just blame it on her. Let me make it seem like, I just have to take care of her, when she's just doing this so that she can eventually find ways to shut up Christina. But here she's playing it off to this officer that like, she's 24. She's really upset.
Like she's like,
Does
this
she
is
wanna
why
come out
people get
early?
rid. Yeah, we haven't paid. I don't want them thinking I'm dining and dashing.
Sure.
Our waiter's been super kind. So if you could wait for a minute, I'll go get her and pay.
Okay.
And then I'll be out so our waiter knows. And what was your name?
Okay. So let me get this straight. You're sitting at a table. Someone is serving you. That table is how they make money. You haven't even paid. Like, and you're just, that is also just so rude. As someone who like worked in the service industry for years, like you're just taking up this server's spot, like while you do this little charade. It's just absolutely like gives off like so much entitlement from this woman. It's sickening, truly. And I just can't even. And then she's like, let me go do that. And then, so you want this officer who has way better things to be doing to just sit there and wait for you to go pay your bill, probably drink the rest of their drinks real quick.
Officer? Jacobson, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I appreciate your time.
No problem.
I'll go get her. Yeah, she's.
Right. So this is the one thing I would say, and I don't know what's happening in Arizona or the other places that you've done things, but eventually somewhere you have to start putting the record down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which means, like, in the state of Idaho, there's no harassment code. Unless they're doing telephonically. Then there's harassment code. There's also malicious harassment, but that has much more to do with racism and those sort of things. In reference to something like this, it'd be somewhere in the realm of stalking. But in order to get the stalking, right now, it just be misdemeanor. It has to be a repeated thing that's harassing and concerning to you. That makes sense? So tonight, you can mark down one and say, hey, is right near the victim. They state contacted Sergeant Jacobs. It's in dispatch. And tomorrow they do it again. Hit us up, come down, arrest them for misdemeanor stalking.
Okay.
Because it's a consistent something that they're doing.
Oh. Did you pay? Yeah. So he knows we're not dining dash. The officer? Sergeant, forgive me, Sergeant Jacobson. And he's telling us sort of what to do. And wait, I do have some document, like I have it on video in Arizona too.
So this woman is taking up a sergeant's time for what? Oh, because Grayson's in tears.
Because she approached, I get so nervous around them. I just start recording, and they actually, the reason why they kicked him out is I had the video of me just walking in and them approaching me again. Yeah. And I said, please leave me alone. And threatened, and she came up and,
And to be honest with you, like, that might, like, when was Arizona?
A month ago? It was 1 month ago. It's all these, like, high-profile cases. The Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case there. Or not Chad Daybell. Chad Daybell's here. And then we come up here, and it's the same thing.
We have to go back to Arizona.
We have to go back to Arizona tomorrow. Because the Lori Vallow's being
following us state.
And you can say that these are public.
And what a lie. They're following us state to state. Well, who followed who to CrimeCon? So those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Does Lauren know at this stage that Grayson is pen pals with Lori Daybell? Is that what they bonded over? I'm sure that has, that Lauren knows. And I've seen so many people say, like, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. It's like, who are the people saying it's not true? Troll accounts of Grayson and Lauren? I don't know. It was another employee. And that's what a lot of people have been saying, but I haven't seen even that backed up. Has that other employee come forward? Maybe they have. Might be cleared up on Reddit. No, it started with Lauren. Hey, Asane, good to see you. Oh, okay, thank you, Jessica. The person who wrote Lori came out, Lindsay. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because I never heard of the person, because I did hear she had spoke out. Thank you.
Trials, but they're trial tourists. I do it for my work. I'm actually the breadwinner in my family with my husband. I don't have a choice to go to these.
They were filming me today, like inside the courthouse and outside. She had a camera 3 feet from my face and just ignored it.
So some of this is First Amendment stuff. Some of it is the harassment / stalking. Again, in Idaho, you don't have the harassment code. You have a stalking code, which is, as it's telling you for you, that it's.
Could I record this?
Sure, okay. I'm recording too.
Okay. Yeah.
It's repeated incidents that cause concern, right? Where they're
my server who's taking care of that got one of their names. Her name is Amber Sumpter, Sumpter. Apparently she works for CNN.
No, that's not
one of those ladies?
No, it's not one of
It's
them.
one of like the 5 that were over there.
Oh, was she with them? She might have been with them, but that is not who has been following us and approaching us. Yeah, we're one of the same thing. But like this was a witness too. Like you saw him come to our team.
Yeah, there was a lady that came up and was just kind of, I don't know if it was really harassing, but more, just obviously being really uncomfortable and.
And the officer's like, right. Because the guy literally just said, I don't know if it was like really harassing, but, it was just uncomfortable. That's not against the law. Somebody walks up to your table and they say, why did you put a cease and desist on so-and-so and then walk into court and ask to sit next to her so you could have a seat? That's what this is all over. And like being called out. Imagine if it wasn't 2 women, it was actually 2 guys. It's like you talk shit about somebody and then you get approached by that person. That's all that happened. You know what I mean? Like, if 2 guys had a confrontation like that, like nobody would be like, oh, I don't know. To me, it's just like, just think about it in that sense too. It's like all this woman did was say like, that was messed up of you. She got called out. That was it. Look at that freeze frame of Grayson. I stepped away. Did she say she was the breadwinner? She did. She did. Because she's trying to act like she has a right to be at these trials more so than her like enemies do. Because in the phone call with him before he got there, she's like, they are just trial watch, or what did she say? Tourists, tourists. This is my job. This is my career, not theirs. It's like, it's a public courtroom. Literally anybody could attempt to get in there. They have so many seats, yes, but like, so when she's talking to him, she's trying to say like that she has more of a right to be at these places than them, and she threw in like, it's my job. Like, I travel to these trials. I'm the breadwinner.
Sure.
Still,
yeah, like I was telling them, there's no real harassment code, but there is a stalking code, but it's got to be reviewed.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if it being happening in Arizona and then happening here would constitute an Idaho code or a continuance of that behavior in Idaho to cause us to be able to arrest or to send them to jail for it.
Yeah.
But
Thank you. And what was your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, that's your last name?
Hamilton, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I apologize.
You're good.
My concern is just that, like, I'm not responding, and then they're escalating. Like, we see this day in and day out.
Here we go again. They're escalating. What is escalating? What has escalated? She thinks it gives her more standing. That's why she lied about being a speaker at CrimeCon. Exactly. So we've seen her use Aurora Police Department, that Aurora Police homicide detective, that Bobby woman. Like, she just weaponizes like her connections that she makes through these case covering, and just obviously this whole conversation here and body cam thus far has been her kind of weaponizing this whole police department in Boise. Like, oh, make it seem like she's scared. Blame it on Grayson. What has escalated? And that's the thing, is Grayson comes up, like, are they drunk? Like, I don't know. She's got like really like glassy eyes. Like, was she really crying? And is she crying? I mean, I think we saw in multiple videos of them out drinking and getting upset that emotions are probably escalated through the alcohol use. And I'm 100% sure that the officer knows that. Oh, good to see you, Neat Noodle. The good part. Oh gosh. It's already just been a shit show. Hey, Carolina, good to see you. Lauren should be charged for disturbing the police. Yeah, I mean, filing false reports or something? I don't know. But exactly, that's what I was thinking too, because even in the phone call, because I just put up on my channel just the phone call, and I kind of enhanced the quality of it a little bit and turned the volume up, and you can kind of hear it in her voice that like she does sound buzzed. Like, I won't say that she flat out is slurring her words and sounds drunk, but I really think that she got like liquor courage to even call them personally. Is she slurring throughout it? See, I'm watching it like for the most part with you guys live right now. Let's see.
Yeah,
What happens next?
So he's telling us what to do. So let's listen.
So I would say, no matter what.
Whoa, chill out, Grayson. Like, you don't have to add the drunk dramatics right now. Like, he's helping them. She's like telling her to like calm down. Like, she's telling us what to do. You can add the dramatics when I say.
There you go. Like, especially if you come back here or if you're going to Arizona, whenever they're doing something that's going to be concerning to you, harassing you, making you uncomfortable, being violent, assaulting, threats, those sort of things, call every single time. Especially if it's in the same jurisdiction, because then you can kind of document the fact in this jurisdiction, this person has done this many times to fall under a certain code, right? Because you guys know true crime, it's got to fall within that code.
Yeah.
You have to prove everything that's happening there. So I would call every time they're doing this. Now, there is a difference between harassment and kind of their free speech stuff, right? So they can follow you to a trial and hold a camera 3 feet from your face, and there's really not a whole lot that we can do about it. It happens to me all the time. People follow us around, doing that sort of stuff, and there's nothing really we can do about it. It just kind of falls under that First Amendment section. However, if they're coming to your table, right, that's a different story, right? You're not at work, you're not doing your thing, like they're coming to you personally, that's different. They're coming to your place of work, like say wherever you do your podcast or whatever news station you're doing it there. That's a different story, right? So say you worked at Channel 7 or whatever here, and they kept coming to your place there. And
Channel 6, I worked at Channel 6.
Okay, Channel 6, but I'd be in Napa, so I can't be out at Channel 7. And then they were coming here, then I would definitely have the stalking code, right? Because they're following you around, continually causing harassment.
And we do have 2 of those. They're in different jurisdictions, so we do have her approaching me in Arizona, and we have her approaching us here.
Right.
But yeah.
And if you want, I can look and see if that one in Arizona would work for a continuance of them harassing you and causing misuse.
And this officer goes above and beyond to even suggest that. So she's claiming that they've already created a paper trail of record of them being followed by them from state to state. And he goes above and beyond and says, I could even see if that can be added to this situation so that it'll count as multiple records of it, of you feeling harassed or stalked or whatever, so he definitely knows what he's talking about. And he's basically saying the same thing that the judge kind of told her. A lot of this stuff, even filming somebody, is protected under the First Amendment. And you can see and hear the disappointment in her and Grayson when they're like, right. Yeah, sorry. You can't just say you're being stalked and harassed because you're being criticized on TikTok.
Talking Idaho, definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in, or if you just want to go home and have the fact that you documented on the phone and that you've talked with me tonight, we can do that too, whichever you guys would like.
Yeah. Do you want him to check and see if there's a way that like the jurisdictions? Okay,
I don't. What are we? Like they're escalating.
Sure. Yeah. And do you guys have their names?
They're escalating. And see how Lauren kind of like puts it on Grayson. Like, did you want him to check? It's like, are you the one who's feeling harassed, or do you have her doing your dirty work? Just keep repeating the word escalated. It'll give us what we want. At this point, how many times have they said it since this all started? At least 5, but have given 0 examples of what behavior has escalated. Hi, Kai. Good to see you. By the way, Bitter Creek is a small space. No way did she not see the others in the bar. Exactly. It's the same pattern. Oh, Kai, absolutely. She's already setting up Grayson to be the fall guy. My 24-year-old assistant is in tears. She thinks they're going to get physical.
Other names?
Yep.
Yeah, yes. Names. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we have the
Yeah, let me check that out. Let's see. I'll have you guys stay on that side, but you can talk to me through the window.
And how much of a perfect example is what we were just saying about Grayson being like the fall person and just the excuse and, what she's using to help her manipulate. Like, you, Grayson, are being her puppet and she's pulling the strings. You're okay with that? I think she is, because she literally got all hyped for 1 second and Lauren was like, he's going to help us. So tone it down, bring that out when I tell you. I'll give you the look.
Filming, yeah. Like, everybody's got to get something substantial. Well, luckily that worked, and they approached, and it was unprovoked.
Let's also pull up the handy dandy Google button.
What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. I got a question. Actually, to be honest with you, it might go all the way up to.
Go up to where?
It might go up to the on-call prosecutor. But
Okay.
for misdemeanor stalking, can we consider something that happened in another state as part of the course of conduct for the repeated part? So, for instance, I have reporters here who are here for the Coburg case, the sentencing, and they have a group of people who are following them around from their trial case reporters, and there's a group of people who are following them around from state to state. They were in Arizona. When was the Arizona one?
It was in Arizona, Phoenix. A month ago.
They were in Arizona a month ago.
Maricopa County.
In Maricopa County doing a case, and these people know them and harass them there, and they were
bailiffs acknowledged it.
the bailiffs. It got to the point where the bailiffs had to kick them out of the courtroom because they were bothering these ladies so much. Well, those same people are here in town.
Also, this whole bothering them in the courtroom. It's like, really? Bothering, that's almost like an opinion. Like, you weren't being harassed.
And tonight they found them at a restaurant and approached them and were harassing them, doing a bunch of stuff, to the point where even the waiters were like, yeah, we're going to get them out of the restaurant and you guys are going to stay here. And they called us because they were worried something might happen. So my question is if it happened in another state, can we put that as a continuance, like, for the misdemeanor stalking?
Dude, I don't know.
That's kind of what I was
wondering.
I
don't see why not, but I don't know.
Right, I don't either.
I would call the on-call prosecutor.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I thought you were gonna say.
Sorry, buddy.
Calling the prosecutor. This guy knows that he doesn't even want to bother the prosecutor, so he's trying to get help otherwise. How much of a waste of time for Lauren is all of this? And a waste of time for the officers, I mean. And now the prosecutor who's on call.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't see why not, but did they file a police report in Arizona?
No, they have not filed. This is the first time that they've filed a police report, because last time they were at court and the bailiff kicked these people out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, dude. That's a new one. I don't know. That's the best for the prosecutor.
Okay. I'll see if I got the on call. If I don't have the on call, I'll give you a call back and get that number. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
But those are both about.
Well.
There wasn't another reporter with them, was there? Yeah, I think that was wrong.
So I'm looking at the code right now.
Please leave your message for.
Imagine if there's a real emergency going on and this guy's
Boise. Just have a question in reference
tied up
to
doing this.
Stalking and the repeated aspect of the code. Wondering if it would count if the first contact was in, say, Arizona, and the second contact was here. Okay, so this is
for real.
Just so you guys.
Yes, Sleuthy. If I was the on-call prosecutor, I'd be pissed to get this stupid effing call. Not only that, did you see even the part on the phone, but the body cam right here? And what is Grayson doing there? It's in background. Hold on, I gotta zoom in here. But no, did you I feel bad for the on-call prosecutor, and I also feel bad for the clerk who had to redact this body cam footage, because even the prosecutor's number there on his phone real quick, like, had to get blurred out. It's like, You know, the person who edited it was like, why do I even have to do this? Such a waste of time for so many people.
No. If a person engages in a course of conduct that seriously alarms, annoys, or harasses the victim, and is such
We're
as
zoomed
to
in.
cause a reasonable person substantially emotional distress, or engages in course of conduct such as would cause a reasonable person to be in fear of death or physical injury, or in fear of the death or physical injury of a family or household member.
She's like, I am in fear.
So the part I'm right, the part I'm worried about is the course of conduct.
Did you hear that? Check, 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 check.
That means separate course of conduct. So they after they do the main part, they do definitions. So in here it says, as used in this section, course of conduct means repeated acts of non-consensual contact involving the victim or a family or household member of the victims, provided, however, that constitutionally protected activities is not included within the meaning of this definition. So there's another part that we have to kind of worry about is, are they going to consider, well, I guarantee they would consider the photographing and videoing, and consider that as constitutionally protected.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends.
When Grayson said, check, 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 those are Dr. John's checks. Those don't count. Not anymore. Because like somebody said earlier in chat is, how does Dr. John allow all this to kind of talk about escalation? He makes things worse. He's lost all credibility, in my opinion.
Like, why did they get kicked out of the courtroom?
Sorry, yeah, they were said to stay away from me. I have the video. So she approached me, but it was actually outside recording, but it showed every time I see her, I record because it's like so stressful. So I was recording, I was walking into the courtroom and she followed me. She's like, I got to talk to you. And I said, I don't want to talk to you. Like, let me leave. And then my camera went out. I have 2 videos. And as I turned it back on, I said, leave me alone. I'm feeling threatened. And she came at me. And as I was in the courtroom and came into the door, and I was like, leave me alone. There's also no.
And she came at me. So if somebody says somebody came at you, what are you guys picturing in your mind? Because we all saw the video and that's not what happened. And I love it how this officer like asked, because over and over she's talking about the bailiff kicked them out, etc. in a courtroom. But he knows, this officer knows that everything you're telling me, lady, is just hearsay. He's a sergeant. Like, come on. Stop playing this guy for a fool too. Yes, exactly, Sleuthy. If somebody says they came at me, you're thinking like they wound up, right? Oh, and she will show him, yeah, right steps towards you aggressively. Yeah. She will show him the videos. Yeah, like we did a little recap of the transcript before we started, and I did say that she ends up showing him some of the stuff that she showed all of us. Let's see if, you know, his reaction. She blatantly lied. Yeah, when she said Janice got kicked out. And then did you hear for a second? She said, well, they didn't get kicked out, but which is it?
Recording in the courthouse on this TikTok bullying campaign. They played, they're filming her, they're filming me in the courthouse, putting my voice on TikTok, calling me a jackass. I'm like,
also not illegal. Filming you, not illegal. Putting your voice on a video, not illegal.
So I just said to me, let's look.
Especially when it's like public audio clips. Like if somebody took my audio clip from a public video and added it on something, like that's not anything nefarious. It's not wrong.
I actually, what I requested from the bailiffs was just to request her to stay away from me. I was like, could you just tell her to stay away from me?
Okay.
So they were like, wow. And when they saw my videos, they're like, absolutely, she's approaching you. That's what they saw. They're like, you're trying to stay away. She's approaching you.
Right.
So there is a group of them. There's a group of them, and they all do their own thing. So today, that same woman was videotaping me. They're all together. Her name is Jenny Summers.
Okay.
Janeese Summers. So she's the one that bailiffs were like, stay away from her. Her little group of people is Lori Day, Lori Day, and so then while she's filming me and flipping me off from the street, again, constitutionally protected, whatever, although it is harassment and it makes me nervous.
Sure.
Because I'm like, why are you here? Her friends, Sarah Perry, and
I almost get the feeling that Lauren, from the start of this, when it started on a phone call, she has not once said to this officer, I feel unsafe, I'm scared. Like, she's talking about video where she told that woman, I feel threatened. And even here, she's like, she wouldn't use the words that she feels unsafe or whatever. Hold on, gotta hear what she just said, because she still is kind of like, because she knows that this is just BS.
It makes me nervous.
It makes me nervous.
Like, why are you here? Her friends, Sarah Perry.
You know, feeling nervous isn't the same as being stalked and harassed.
And Lori Day approach our table. All of them are involved in this TikTok smear campaign with me as well. By the way, they all comment. It's like a group effort. It's very, it's a very united group of people. And so then they approached me. I have a cease and desist on another friend. She was there, but she stayed away because of the cease and desist. And so I have two videos. So I got another video of them approached me at the table, and it was by accident. I didn't know. I was just filming Jenny Summers because she's filming me and flipping me off from the table. So I have my camera set up recording. They don't know. And then her friends come out and approach our table, and I'm saying, leave me alone, get away. The waiter saw, like, please leave. And I have both videos now of just that. And those are the times I've captured.
Right.
But yes, they continue to film.
They came up from behind us, which is why we didn't see they were there.
Right. Okay. And has it only happened to you, or is this the second time it's happened to you as well? So are they affecting you as well?
The first one was me, and the second one was us.
Husband, both of you. Okay.
And then she continues, as you say, it's constantly, she continues to catch them filming her alone. And it's true, because that's Janice's thing. It's how she intimidates. She films us wherever we go, but it is,
I'm in the courtroom today. I don't know if you've ever been in the commissioner room. They have 2 rows of chairs, and I'm standing in the front row. She's sitting in the second row, literally putting a camera in my face as I'm talking to somebody, and I just ignored it. And then as she was leaving the courthouse, I see her doing it again, and I actually took out my phone. But my concern is, I don't care if you film me, but when I don't respond to you filming me, and then you come up to me at dinner, what's next? Like, this is where I'm fearful for my safety, that I can't go to work.
They said one thing that was actually kind of interesting, because we make the decision to not engage. That's my husband's a criminal psychologist. I'm a journalist. Like, we don't want this.
Right.
We don't respond. We don't respond to the TikTok cyberbullying campaign. We don't respond to anything.
Because instead, you guys have formulated this plot. Instead of responding online or anything like that, you formulated this plot so that you can create these paper trails and these videos and these court exhibits. And it didn't work on the judge either. And, so she paints it off that she takes the high horse and the higher ground. But what you did was way worse than seeing an online feud go back and forth. Because we've seen that between channels and on TikTok between creators. But instead, they did something way worse, and they're wasting this guy's time, and they wasted the officer's time in Aurora. And honestly, the judge for that whole hearing.
And so she said one thing that was telling. She's like, don't keep pretending that nothing's wrong, as she approached her table today. Like, almost like, they're escalating, literally, because I'm not doing anything.
Can you guys give me a little background of why they decided to pick you guys?
Yeah, he wants to know, why were you chosen to be, the people that they're going to follow around from state to state? Come on. And the officer knows that the story is not adding up. He probably can smell the alcohol on your breath too, Grayson.
So used to be my producer before Grayson was.
Okay.
Together the previous True Crime podcast. We fired, and her friends did contract work for us, did graphic design for us, and this woman who never did contract work for us, but I have considered her a bully, and before I fired, scared that I felt she was.
The second this officer's hearing the word bully, he's like, am I really here because this woman's bullied?
A bully.
Okay.
So after I no longer am using them, they team up with say to.
And I know she meant like using them for work for her because she's talking about former producer, etc. But the way she said that was almost like so truthful, because a lot of people have said that she uses people. She's like, you know, I'm no longer using them.
Her, Lauren's been calling you a bully. She thinks you're a bully, and it's like this group thing, and so this group comes together. The other one I don't even know her. I met her in a Boise court. It's almost like group think. It's like a group of mean girls. So there are two, a past employee and a contract worker graphic design, and a woman that's friends with them, and then let her know I called her a bully. So it's like they're all gearing up, and we've moved on. I've actually
Called her a bully or called her annoying? Is the story changing, or is she talking about two different people?
always been kind to all of them, actually. There's no
they even said you've always been kind to Lindsay.
Yeah, there's no history of my being cruel to them, but they decided to get this say Lauren thinks you're a bully. They're angry that Grayson replaced them, and I believe that they've possibly been told lies. You know, I wish I knew. On the TikTok smear campaign, they're like, we're going to tell you our stories about her and how bad she is. And like, there's nothing. No, that's true. My brother died.
That's the other thing too. So she's talking about different people, and that's also the problem. She's almost like created the confusion of like the situations and people that she's referring to as like her stalker, etc. Lumping all these people and incidences together. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Lauren might be the most insufferable person ever. True.
2 months ago of an accident, and they said I was going to rape my brother to have his baby. Like, that's not true. Like just very extreme stuff.
My brother died a few months ago, and they told people that I was going to SA my brother and have his baby. First off, that's also a story that has changed form. That's not even close to what Christina's TikTok, even though I don't agree with that TikTok that she made. I think it was in bad taste. Still not illegal, still not stalking. And that's not what that was even said. So this emotional manipulation, let me mention my brother just died to the sergeant. And then I'll follow it up with like one of the most egregious things you can ever say about your deceased family member. Sibling.
Said that
stuff.
They approached me today. This was telling, though. I didn't know this. They approached me today. They were upset that I was looking for a seat in the press conference today for Coburger. I was like trying to find a seat. Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? They're like, what are you doing? Like, Lisa, I'm like, it had nothing to do with you guys. Like, there were only 2 rows of seats. I'm looking for seats. And they did approach me at the table today and said, you sent Lindsay a cease and desist. Oh, so Lindsay got a cease and desist because of like, and so we're standing up for our friend. And you had the police call for scene again. It was like you.
This is going to be my
like this.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm
Hey, Kendall, what's up? Hey, quick question. I have some reporters from out of town. They're going over the Coburg case. They've had some, I guess, trial tourists is what you'd call them, some TikTok people who have been following them to different states on big cases. The last instance was about a month ago in Arizona. They had a big case down there. These subjects were, for lack of a better word, harassing and bullying them.
Yes, I absolutely think the cop is thinking, am I back into high school? And I also think that he's thinking that he secretly wants to tell this person over the phone, like, can you actually like come get me? One of them's staring at me right now. It's really creeping me out.
In a courtroom so bad that the bailiff was all like, hey, yeah, you guys don't get to talk to these people anymore. Didn't kick them out of the court, but wouldn't let them get close to the two subjects I have with me right now. They're here for the Colbert case. The same people came to the case today. Were holding cameras in their face in the courtroom, which is probably constitutionally protected. But then they're out having dinner tonight. Same subjects. Find them at dinner. Were they having dinner at the same place and just randomly found you, or?
I think maybe.
Yeah, it's
possible. At the same place we know because we were on the balcony.
Right. Yeah, it's possible that they follow them, but that's unknown. But they find them at the same restaurant, start harassing them, yelling at them, flipping them off, coming up to their table, to the point where the waiters and waitresses let these two people stay until those people left and were long gone because they were worried about them. Those people left and then sat across the street. So, and we're watching them to see if they'd come out for about an hour until they finally called us. So my big question here is two things in reference to the misdemeanor stalking. Number one, if something happened in a different state, would that, even if it was a month ago, would that constitute part of the course of conduct? Or would it have to all be here if we were doing it here? That's the number one question. And then the second question is, like, some of this is constitutionally protected because they're just taking video of these people in the court. But the yelling and screaming at them and making TikToks of them is probably not. So just kind of want to know if we can hold those two things up with ours. And what your thoughts are on that.
The on-call prosecutor's like, are you kidding me right now? Especially because he hasn't even seen these TikToks that he just mentioned. Have they showed him the videos yet? No. It's coming soon.
Right. And that's the only thing that happened. The only thing that happened at the court today was the videotaping, right? Yeah. The only thing that happened at the court today is videotaping. I told them that
Well,
that
they
was.
yelled at her.
Well, I guess they yelled at. What
They yelled at her.
They yelled at you in the room.
Yeah, they yelled at me in the press conference. I was looking for a seat. They're like, leave her alone. You said her cease and desist, and I just walked away.
Getting yelled at, also not illegal.
They think walked away.
Oh, so one of the people, one of my victims here, sent a cease and desist letter to.
Her cease and desist.
They yelled at you in the room.
Yeah, they yelled at me in the press conference. I was looking for a seat. They're like, leave her alone. You said.
That is, I had to rewind it because does she even realize what she just is like said? And what is she saying and wants conveyed to this on-call prosecutor? You got yelled at. And she said, first she questioned like when, and then like she realized, oh yeah, they did yell at me. They told me to leave him alone. Okay. Were you also making them feel unsafe or threatened? Or it's just so funny to like use somebody saying to you, leave her alone or leave us alone. And she's like trying to use that as like, see, they yelled at me. They yelled at you to leave them alone. How does that mean that you were being threatened? It sounds like they wanted you to stay away from them. They didn't understand why you sent a cease and desist and then also wanted to sit next to them. Exactly. It's not a legal document. It's not. And some people are like really think that it's infringing on free speech in a lot of cases.
Consider a cease and desist. I just walked away. Didn't say anything. Walked away.
Oh, so one of the people, one of my victims here, sent a cease and desist letter to, and so they yelled at her about defaming them. So they yelled at her in reference to that today, but then she just left. And then other than that, it was just a videotaping at the court. Right. 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 Okay.
She just said, "Can you text John? Because I never called him back." Okay, so you're just gallivanting around while he's home with your kid, and you're ignoring like calls and stuff.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Right. So the issue of the courthouse be protected, but the course of conduct would work from Arizona if I could show that it wasn't constitutionally protected stuff going on at the courthouse down there. Okay. All right. That's what I need to know. Thank you very much. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt. Okay. Did you kind of get that?
What?
Did you kind of get what I was saying?
Kind of.
Good.
She gets what
That works. So the conduct at the courthouse today is constitutionally protected, right? In reference to the videotaping, them yelling at you, and according to our on-call prosecutor, them yelling at you with the cease and desist thing is more of a civil issue that would have to deal with the cease and desist letter and whether it involves them or not. However, whatever happened in Arizona and what happened tonight can be considered the course of conduct, right? So just because it happened in Arizona doesn't negate it from us working here in that course of conduct area.
Okay.
With that being said,
Absolutely.
I need to know more of what happened in the courtroom in Arizona.
A lot of people, including myself, really only watched her in the past because of him. Like, I just think that she kind of uses his title a lot and has used it a lot to kind of advance herself in true crime. And now that we know that she's the way that she is and he didn't do what a mandated reporter is supposed to do, like when she was saying the dark thoughts she was having because of all this, a lot of his credibility has deteriorated. Yes, she knows that. There were so many times, like, before all this drama happened between them or between her, that there were like moments in live streams where like she would say something and you could tell that he kind of like cringed at it. It's hard to explain, and of course I can't point to any examples, but there were times where like she, just because she's like tone deaf at times and just socially unaware, certain things that she would say, like, and sometimes he would kind of like correct her in like a guiding way, but like he was kind of like, I think at times, like, did she really just say that? Like, oh, now I'm live and I have to kind of like, walk us through that awkward moment. Like, there was more than one occasion.
Because if it's similar to the things that happened today, then that would be constitutionally protected. And so the only thing I would have then is tonight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So tell me more about what happened in the court in Arizona.
Okay, perfect. Can you, I'm going to stop recording for a while to show him stuff. So can you, yeah. So for our records, thank you. So, I'll pull up an album. So this is like, I just like, here's one example. I'm like, oh great, like here they come. So it starts with It starts with this. This is them. There's two separate videos because I was nervous and I stopped recording. So I just saw her and I was on the phone with my husband. I was like, oh, I'm going to hang up and just record while I walk into the courthouse. So I'm walking to the courthouse. So I'm just holding my phone down. And that's her.
In the white.
In the white. So I'm walking in right there. And she's approaching me.
Are you recording me? Please do. Please.
So I just go, please don't, like, and it cut. So, but this is seconds later.
Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened.
And it's funny how she narrated that first video as she's approaching me, but really, you were approaching each other. You were walking towards her as she was walking towards you. And she's spinning it right to this sergeant's face.
Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened. I feel threatened.
So she's approaching me. We never approach them.
Please stay away. I feel threatened.
So I was like, I think you're a bully. Please stay away. Because I know that's what they're telling me. I can play both for you again.
Please do not talk
Like,
to me.
I'm in the courthouse, and there's also a no recording. I know I can't.
Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened.
So she follows me all the way in. So unfortunately, I stopped and started. Let's stay away from each other. Then this is tonight. So this full video is 8 minutes because I started recording for the other girl, but like I cut this in order to send 2 minutes of this video. So this is us just hanging out, and they approach, and unfortunately you don't get faces. It's
So all this audio is redacted.
Oh, there's Ashley Banfield talking about them. Okay. So that's the.
And then she proved she was by just the opposite way. Like, I don't know what.
Let's see. That's Ukraine.
Yep.
I'm gonna slide back.
I think this whole time this sergeant has kind of been like, this is ridiculous. Look at Grayson's face right now. She's like, I don't think he's buying it, Lauren. This guy's too smart.
I might not have sent either of the right video. I have it right here. Oh, this is it. So we're just hanging out. I don't know that they're about to come. So there they are. Not her, but a woman behind her. So at her table.
He's probably wondering why he's watching a video of you sloppy drunks.
I do. Remember what we decided.
First thing now.
Do not give them air.
Do not give them air. Oh, here they are. No, so you can't see this woman talking.
Right.
That is actually someone covering. Then her other two friends, this is a with them, hasn't approached me yet. And then this is, so and says today you, about the cease and desist, you approached it like, so we're just, I'm telling Grayson, don't give them air, and then they show up. As they approach it.
I was asking about a seat. I was
was asking about a seat. I walked away. It's like Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay. Don't talk to me. I haven't done anything, and I will stand by that forever. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with this. A cease and desist is a legal business, and has nothing to do with you guys. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? A cease and desist. Why would you want to approach her? I asked if I could sit.
Here we go with the infamous recording. I don't know you. I contacted you once for eyelash extensions, but I don't know you. Like, you know that this cop is watching this and listening to this whole thing, and he's like, well, yeah, why did you send her a cease and desist and then approach her in public? He probably thought it was weird too. Exactly, Deco. Hi, excited utterance. Thank you for joining the stream. And I love your coverage of all this. It's been very entertaining.
I don't know you. Yeah, you know me. You don't know me. I have your phone number because I wanted to get eyelash extensions, but we've never hung out. I don't know you. So could you please get away from our table because you're making me uncomfortable. I don't know you. I don't know why you guys approached us. We asked about a seat at a press conference. I don't approach you guys when we're all hanging out together. You guys, I know. So you're approaching me while I'm trying to have dinner. I approached you at a press conference about a seat. Could you please? She's bothering us. Could you tell her to leave us alone? I don't know her. I've never communicated with her. All right, moving on to why that's not up yet. Thank you. At least they got back up.
So it's the sort of this group. They actually have it. They call themselves the Seven Gatherers. Show them who they are. I'll show the Jackass video. Like, there's a full, like. You might want to record on your phone if I'm me. Okay. To show like this is them. So they have this TikTok. It's like they're escalating. Cyberbullying is one thing. It's gone from like cyber.
It's like, here we go again. It's like they're escalating. Another time. How many times is that? 7 times, both of them?
Cyberbullying to like, now it's getting. That's the girl who approached tonight at dinner. So that's a picture of me at a trial.
And Grayson can't even keep her eyes open. She's so buzzed. And did you hear that? It started with cyberbullying, and now it's like, and she doesn't finish it. Like, you can't even say how this has escalated from cyberbullying. Because it never did.
Girl that approached?
No, this one right here.
Okay.
And this one. And so when I walked out of the restaurant, I was the one who said, hey, they're there. Because I walked out to call somebody because I felt so unsafe. And sat up from her table, and I was like, holy shit. And so I kind of like put my phone up, like, I'm on the phone, like, do not approach me. Mm-hmm. But then just show him. Got her number once at a trial to do eyelash extensions. The woman that is the face of most of the TikToks is in Europe right now, we think. But it's all of them. They're the ones commenting.
And did you hear? The woman with the TikTok is in Europe right now, and Grayson backs it up with, we think. So you guys are doing your own investigation to locate your alleged stalker, where her whereabouts are? Like, it goes back to the thing that everyone's been saying is who's stalking who?
The ones in pictures.
And then there was one more that was, here's the one where they filmed you. Did I just post
Oh yeah,
this
they
for
filmed
real?
me in the
See,
courtroom.
you're not allowed to film in the courthouse in Arizona.
During
and
this
they're
trial.
filming her.
So they keep doing that.
And aren't Grayson and Lauren just the epitome of like the tattletales at school? And they're filming her. And like she like drops her jaw, like waiting for a reaction from the cop. Like, what's he supposed to say? Oh my gosh, arrest them.
Like, we do not approach them. We do not talk to them. Like, we have like completely avoided. Like, I just.
But you did approach them in that video that you just showed him and said that she was approaching you. We've all seen it. And you're like approaching each other. You're walking towards her. She's walking towards you. So you do approach them and you end up going to CrimeCon knowing that they're there. So you do approach them.
Work. In fact, I just don't do anything. I don't have other people approach them because that's what they're clearly trying to do too, is like get their friends to approach me. I don't approach them. I tell her, what do I tell you all the time?
Don't engage.
I even said, don't give them air before you hear me recording them. Don't give them air. Leave them alone. Don't talk to them. And it's like they're looking for anything. Like, you asked for a chair in the press conference. I'm like, dude, oh my God. Like, it's almost like they're looking for something.
And she just gave another example of how she actually approaches them. So now we know that you approached them at court after giving them the cease and desist and asked for a seat. And now you just said that you approached them at the presser, but you're claiming to the officer that they keep approaching you.
Like, say I'm like doing something. I think it's almost driving them crazy that we don't do anything.
It is, because she said, stop acting like everything's fine.
Yeah, she actually said that on the video. Stop acting like everything's fine. And then you asked about this chair at the press conference. I'm like, fuck. Like, sorry. Like,
It'll be okay.
like, I just, you know, we don't, I say, don't give them air. Don't talk to them. My husband's the same thing. Like they're clearly having other people approach us. I'm like, just leave them alone. We don't do drama. This is their drama. This is their issue. And they just keep coming up to me.
So,
and yeah, so then it's like, I don't want to give them air, but then I'm like, but then I'm afraid for our safety. Like, I've got my producer crying. Like,
I don't even know how to get like a restraining order. Stay away from me. Don't show up where I'm at. Leave me alone. You're making me feel physically scared for my life and my safety.
okay. So, this is what I'm going to say. There is a lot here. Yeah, like a whole bunch. And I would not do it justice just by typing a report out. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you could take some time and have you write it out. Okay, I'm going to write a report in reference to this so that you have the report number always. Do I know, and I will forward it to prosecutors. Do I know if we have PC at this point, just like probable cause for them to be arrested here? And I don't know. Because although you have substantial contacts with them, this particular contact was, I mean, I could see how it would be scary and nerve-wracking, but from another person's reasonable perspective, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Because they're just coming up in contact, hey, why did you talk to him? But with your course of conduct and all the things you guys have been through, which I'm...
In the nicest way, he's pretty much saying, like, I'm not so sure this, you feeling like nervous means, you know, that this is a dangerous situation. He's not buying it.
only giving bits and pieces of it at this point. We may get there. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you guys write everything out, including their names, and if they have phone numbers, I'm going to have you put them on here if you have those, so that I can contact them as well, because I can't just do one side, right? I write up everything you told me, And we'll put it down there, listen to the prosecutor, and see what the prosecutors have to say. Either way, this gives you a report number, so if they continue this course in Arizona, you can say, hey, Boise has a police report of what has already happened. You can look it up there, and if they continue this course, I don't know what the code is down in Arizona, but it's probably something similar, I would guess. You guys are going to write that out for me?
Yes,
so it may take you some time. Well, I can't do what I was going to do tonight, so I can hang out.
And see how he says it may take me some time, because he knows this is not priority. Like, he probably has real stuff to take care of. Hey, Shmita, good to see you. Unbelievable.
And if not, I can also give you my phone number so that you guys can just text me real quick and say, hey, it's done. I can come pick it up.
Okay. In other words, you're off. You're.
No, I was supposed to go deal with the complaint, but it's probably too late to call that guy right now. Okay. But if I get called,
Oh my gosh, I swear she did like a little smirk when he said that it's probably too late to deal with that other complaint that he had to deal with. Hold on, I got to slow that down. We're almost done, guys. There's only a couple minutes left, but I don't know. Us in true crime, we would call a little smirk like that duper's delight. Although sometimes I think I see something and I don't. So I want to be sure. Slow it down. And we're going to mute it because we don't want to hear the slowed down.
In other words, you're.
I personally think I see a very quick little like smirk. Like when he's talking about missing that other complaint and it being too late. Like she just knows that like she took up this guy's whole night. She's like proud of it.
but if I get called to something that's more emergent, like say there's an active shooter down the road, while I'm gonna have to go, then you guys can text me.
As someone that was once in the news, I get it.
Okay, all right. So sounds good. Let me give it to you.
And how many times is it in this whole interaction has she like tooted her own horn about being a former reporter?
So that you guys know a court will at least be done, right?
Now it's green. I'm like, they're
I wish we could hear what they're saying over there. Maybe somebody could like enhance the audio and find out what she's like. And imagine her, she's like, okay, I'm going to give you all this paperwork, Grayson, and, you know, sober up because you're filling this out. Going along with what we were saying earlier about Grayson being the fall person and how she's kind of used her this whole time. Like, my 24-year-old assistant is in tears. She thinks they're going to get physical. It almost looks like here she's like wanting the officer to see like, so like she's the one kind of telling Grayson, so this is what we're going to do. And blah, 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 blah. When really it's like you orchestrated this whole thing like to serve you. But you're making it appear to the officer that like, the conclusion is going to be like, okay, so, you know, don't give them any attention. And if they record you, then blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the appearance it seems that she wants to convey to the officer here, that because she knows that she wasted his time and she kind of wants to pawn it off on Grayson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I sure do. Give me your witness stand real quick. I want to write the report number on it. Very left-handed, so.
Oh, I also have an email to the woman that did the TikTok account.
Imagine if she said, I also have a screenshot of her sending the eye emojis in a live chat.
She kept approaching me, and I wrote her an email. She wrote me an email, and I said, are you going to come to my house next? I feel threatened. Please don't ever reach out to me again. And then she started the TikTok account. It's like they just...
Right. When you're done with this, I'm going to give you...
The cop, did you hear him? Right. And then he just like goes on with the further instructions like, honey, nothing you're saying is going to make this guy be like, oh my gosh, let me call that prosecutor on call again. And it's like the fact that she just now, that to me also, which we already knew that email was staged anyways to make it appear that like, see, I was telling her like, I thought that she was going to come to my house and I felt threatened. But like, wouldn't you have thought to tell this officer that in the beginning of all this? It's like, if that was fake. The fact that you just now are trying to throw it in there. And he's like, right. Let's hear that one more time. We're almost done. And then we'll conclude for our Saturday night hangout session, guys. We need this dispatch. I know people are working on them. I know Excited Utterance mentioned dispatch. We want to know, I don't know if you heard us earlier, Excited Utterance, or if you're still in here. We want to know if when she called for this call to take place this evening, if she used the emergency line or if she said this was a non-emergency. We're all very curious.
The TikTok account. It's like they just...
Right. When you're done with this, I'm going to give you a link that you can download all of your videos and go right into the evidence.
Perfect.
So that it's squared away. It's a timely link, so if you want to use it right away, it goes out, right? So it needs to be done quick. I'm not sure if you can put that email in, but try.
Okay, the email too.
Okay, all right. So find a chair somewhere, write it out. I'll hang out until
and then just in case we do...
The number I called you on.
Okay, it was no caller ID.
Oh, I see how you are.
It happens.
All right. Here.
Here,
Give me a second.
don't do that. Oh.
I'd love to know what he wrote too.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. Yep. And then the pen.
You need that back. All right, hang on right here.
I sensed a little tension from Lauren there, requesting the pen back and the fake smile to him. She knows that he wasn't really on board with her last ditch attempt to bring up the email between her and Christina, where she said, are you like going to come to my house? Like I told her, it's like, I feel threatened. And he was like, right. I sensed in her fake smile to him that she's not happy that didn't change his mind about everything and make this whole urgent more. Yeah, it really is embarrassing to see Karen and go to cops with this. Yeah, her act like a Karen, basically. She should be embarrassed. I think it's malicious harassment in nature and abuse of the legal system, in my opinion. That's what's infuriating is, what if there was an emergency? Like, as a parent, I just think about how often kids, drown, how often they choke on something. What if this sergeant could have been used for something like that? Like, I'm not even talking about another crime. What if it was just a something that a first responder can be there for? You know, like, leave all the crime out of it. Like, we know that there's endless crime. I'm talking about other situations. Like, it just is like unreal. This whole thing was 50-ish minutes, and this guy like missed another call that he was kind of supposed to, a complaint that he was supposed to call back about. We're waiting on records to come back on that, referring to like the dispatch and if she called the emergency line. Dispatch 911 calls are separate record request departments. Yeah, they make it so like, oh yeah, just file a FOIA. Like, I've done this numerous times in other cases, and like, oh, and then you gotta go, if you want that, you need it from this department. Well, if you want that, then you'll have to go here. Yeah, you get the stuff, but it definitely is a hassle. So I'm very anxious to see what comes up of your FOIA requests for the dispatch and all that. Yeah, we want to know, because if she used the emergency, or if she, like, I mean, there's been times where I've called and been like, this is a non-emergency. Like, you kind of just let them know that even before they ask or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, where are you located, whatever. This chick in the green and black looks like she belongs in Blue's Clues. Steve's sweater? Are you wearing Steve's sweater? If Steve is from the millennial time period of Blue's Clues, because they've changed hosts. Now it's Josh, which oh my gosh, my little guy Shmita loves Blue's Clues. I think I've told you that before. It's like his favorite. But yeah, she's totally wearing Steve's colors. I'd like to know what she perceives, what the perceived stalker is saying. Like I said earlier, I haven't followed it too much. Yeah, from what I've seen, she's stayed silent for the most part. Like thus far, there was a time where a couple weeks ago when that footage came out of her Meta glasses. I don't know if you saw that, Deco, but there's glasses nowadays. Long story short, they can come with cameras in them. And she recorded like CrimeCon incidents when she was getting kicked out of the bar that Lauren showed up at, that she was already at first. And all that was recorded, and a channel was playing it in her live stream, Jay's channel. I can't remember. I know that her true crime one's Jay for Justice, or Every Day with Jay. And she, all of a sudden, Christina popped up in the chat, and it was her, but she didn't really say much. She just confirmed that, you know, it was her in the video taking the footage, like with her glasses. But I want to see that one more time when she's like telling him that she needs his pen. She like gives him that like fake smile.
Perfect.
So that is squared away. It's a time.
Email, and I said, are you going to come to my house next? I feel threatened. Please don't ever reach out to me again. And then she started the TikTok account. It's like they just...
Right. When you're done with this, I'm going to give you a link that you can download all of your videos. And it'll go right to the evidence.
Perfect.
So that it's squared away. It's a timely link. So if you don't use it right away, it goes out, right? So you can just down quick. I'm not sure if you can put that email in, but try.
Okay, the email too.
Okay, all right. So find a chair somewhere, write it out. I'll hang out until
and then just in case we do,
the number I called you on.
Okay, it was no caller ID.
Oh, no, I see how you are.
It happened.
All right. Here.
Here.
You have all my pins.
You have all his pens, he said. So then now she's going to act all bitchy to get the pen back. This is just my opinion. You guys might not see it that way, but I sense some.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. Yep. And then the pen.
Yeah, but hang on right.
She's not happy. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. He's like, what the heck was that? What did I just spend an hour dealing with?
That has to be unwanted.
All right, I'm gonna just wait for you.
Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. So we'll just get back to this similar live stream next Saturday on anything that, yeah, exactly. We've seen that multiple times in this whole video. Of course, that's my opinion. You guys feel the same way. Some of you guys might not feel the same way, but I believe that there was a lot of manipulation and maybe some instances of duper's delight at times. But yeah, I think if there's anything else that's updated as far as new footage or, dispatch or anything that comes back, of course, we'll talk about it on Saturday night. That's sort of the designated night for this kind of chat and hangout. If nothing comes of anything new, we'll go back to our defamation study, and that'll include the 9-hour live stream of her calling Christina her stalker, and we'll pair it with Johnny and Amber Heard's defamation trial and that kind of just hangout session next Saturday. And then tomorrow night, we have our Chris Watts live stream. So Nancy Grace apparently put out a new segment regarding the case. And she has Sherilyn Cadle, the author of Letters from Christopher, in this episode. And everyone's been sending me in. They're like, did you see this? Did you see this? What's this new book with Cadle? We all know that she already had plagiarism issues in the past with these Chris Watts books. So, well, I'm going to share my thoughts on that. A lot of people said there's misinformation in it. So we'll do a live reaction tomorrow night. Yeah, and then next Friday, we'll probably do a recap of all the true crime cases of the week. So join me Friday, Saturday, Sunday evenings. And there may be some uploaded videos throughout the week as well. So keep an eye out for those. I did include tonight an enhanced version of Lauren on the phone with that officer. So it's not the full body cam. It's just like an enhanced version of like her initial call to get the officer there. And yeah, there might be other videos throughout the week on other cases. I want to add some uploaded videos because I just feel like the weekend really isn't the best time to live stream, but it's all I can really do. And I want to keep in touch with the community. I missed you guys when I was out on maternity leave, and I'm just trying to keep myself out there, but also working congruently with my busy schedule during the week with the kids and all that. So they take up a lot of my time right now, and I'm still not getting full night's sleep because he's still waking at least once in the night. So yeah, join me tomorrow night and then next weekend, and we'll talk very soon. So bye to all my mods and everyone who joined.